My never say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there. Osia dem yopo.
Na honorable somewhere attaching your brand na ye no entry enkomo emfa ensem bi ahuhiama oman ho council onyame enipa memo akwaba
bejo so
na umpom ti sen
erade di mo me ho ye
ami na no ada obeso ye wacha ma Wontumi case mu na nka yesi 3 July na court no di atemu beba oba ye no watutu na mom mehu se wo di application akose nka judgment no kwa court no di fair judgment no isansa wo ba ye no na wunya da agin hwe record of proceedings ni mu baby a efiri a mo ba be dru baby a etie e be se me fanse bi a chronology of facts ni ma wo a epie mu cross examination ni mu hwan mu case management no kwa na dru ho no kwa de be ne ko ye e bia na bibia koche what me gina so a file addresses what file it to the court amati say 29 and court no dey atemu and ebeba ewo application we yin na boy won komo kakra nsa na de to aso me dia ba
yo me da wa say asem no anu about the tofa no lawyer bi ni hwa sabe betumi ye djuma papa e di aboa the client no agisa asem no ate ase pa na enti ase no be kire no embara wo nusu menimu the client no and there ye ka say mini appear could be onwa man personal reasons out Wontumi could Attorney General to see I can say odi amaban the Attorney General to a lawyer and not give me a Wontumi lawyer it ebeye den me own lawyer no obetumi ama na asem no a court judge in any way emrado do a okotiketo bia otumi betua akojo it is said, Constitution kasa, the right to counsel, no Constitution kasa pa. The right to counsel yes from the beginning no go. I could say the case ye be here activity be boaten. Na kopo be do on the written submission na. Written submission no. Ye attorney general no kase and then some am about the pono. If you mu pa dia, I say o come to nipa no. Also for accused person also actually on the written submission issues the case no crime improve beyond reasonable doubt to be convicted in the panel. Embra a support to case now on the actual written submission. The tackle pass said, yeah, you me I say written submission to a look, I want to adopt what has been stated by counsel for the accused. Say case we won't prove beyond reasonable doubt. Na wa kwete atleast sa de to be CDA ene na obi kan say justice ho beba fafo pa say ja nye ma memre na say you all start case say you okay ma se bu ba kumba akusi na minya ho ti ase a ma take decision I be boa me kan say obi say sa de we and say e be di aboa Wontumi a na criminal justice system no obviously see traffic it is all because carpenter and into businessman and your dentist papa no jira woni obi odi aboa no na attorney general the pa say Wontumi lawyer obetro with submission na and na attorney general the Ministry of Justice na fear generally what is the meaning of justice obi no wa ojo no an ho awo je sra se asamu edi ato we didi e kire se e de Wontumi lawyer and asamu na du ne pompon so the climax written submission na written submission bi hia agin e da form ko ahwani ma no so boko na wa tro ade e bi sra Wontumi na judge no e kan ni atende na atro a na okay ni amiti mashowa na we take the decision the here ni say anybody should be in an ambulance motor and you need to care craft could be announced in the care control just delivery system ya na ma pa say ninya motre say o defer judgment na a better na affect ya by.
Yeah, me who adie bi a nra e wo social media say prosecution no so aye affidavit in opposition. One so say deposed to by state attorney Nana Ama Prempe. One so can say prosecution say or prince ma wo defer or prince the body about to court name defer. E bema atemu adwuma no atwentwe na sanan say de nguase bi aba. Esan say was say wo per record of proceedings a wo say for lack of records no na asana de ahwe judgment in my na eno no ewo de wo bedi na de eye oyewura and appear could be it was also trust record through his affidavit in position na o ma deposit to say e be yan kama court ntie de wo ka no yes sir e be say ye a case law and a precedent in law say will be so awareness judgment is set to be delivered now we changing lawyer no ma sa de yaba mo amuni mu mrei say mu say next year say ya panya pa say prosecution no aye bibi sa explain
well they can be who near a friend prosecution actually na near e be say kakra no credit ya afedi ye kwa ho argument ye bi amen ka was be na near wo mu say charge no e ka kire the whole Ghana say menya botre na ya tro you know register mama sha how does the government suffer right now so ka say papa no enye india papa no entro register mission na sebi asem no something dia assistant lawyer ni die judge na ni more no judge na hwe na hukumu no a suffer it will say na man no a me person my argument is here the lady says attorney general minister of justice dia na nye say of course okay yem first case to medica we are in an ambulance with the will be there because the application the court to oppose me the any attorney general no eka na me the because say ahodi baby but the appeal will be to the judge say afraid the madam I just said doctor all you review over caso or cofa a patient no file no guy over to me a review case why you for the phrase obi nkase Wontumi nti emra o Ghana ezi trade dabi na yenka ma obi ante se aba eni botek no wa ase na de boba to won to afo se na de yemfa nkrofo bi afa ahudi ntumdika de nyaaya yenga the political trophy ye de nipa bebere agum akufo ade de wa afa nipa bebere agum ye ba ye de bebere agum a wo pro se yemfa ebofo fa ahudi nye politics no obikaye the bia was party
ati na aja mami musa miwura kwabra dubu ahen so the case no modawruma mwade adu se bibi omu a wema atiefo so ate
afa na tram ta akofa kongo ya belt number friend Cromwell ono ne na ye investigator
na bel conveyor belt
so otinifie and ordering my national security. Who are one national security nyaduma. Only kanda pan kasai. Only asmani for the tana kasai. And now ya onyema. It's one kasai you know. And then national security has you know the other support. And you know how the projected. Prosecution go for the bank and no merepan on the nabano.
The merepan on the nabano.
Oh yes. Everyone of coffee. Baba, I never go high.
Lawyer Nana, AJ Bafongwa, MP for Manchester South. Where Bramini, Yanin and come on. Council. That has been announced to the army.
Don't be presented. Ghana, you know.
Seven about Mama be up, send the amount. The youngest among the rest.
Hey, Mr. President. You. Ada ways na akoya football the enemy ara.
Ebio. Na ye wa ha. And I know muki pay Benjamin Asari.
Oh, yeah, fantastic gentleman.
Very fantastic. When him say Sir, I've heard 1 year 33 years.
I need you know. I won't know. Who best and best are.
And I mean, one crap, because say, and I know Mr. Ati, sir, Charles Taylor, footballer, Charles Asampon Taylor.
Banu Taylor, those guys were fantastic guys. Almost 64 battalion group, no. Emmanuel Sep before Don Botier, Samia J. Oh, Ajatete, Dr. Panier, of blessed memory, Abladi Kuma, and
Blade.
Mother, yeah, D-ball.
Is that, sir? A friend, Charles Taylor, Asampon Taylor, Banier, 1 year a year. 1 year or 44 years.
I 44 years. That is it. Documents are there to prove.
Me that's it. Now, what do you remember? Was a member of the say, yes, see, Yera, and I knew Larry Alans, Dugby, editor, Herald, port to know Edna in respect of confidence. Now, what is that? It's saying,
I'm not here for Nidia. And yesterday I was there to the court. I was there time assembly by. I called him and quickly moved there. I think on this platform, Menga Yemi anymore. Essential phone in our the kind of dump baho come and show solidarity. I think that is the way to go. Kwame, it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate, in as much as it's provided for in the Constitution and to be specific, Article 126(2), sir, contempt authority, the amount court, yeah, Constitution, the amount. And say no na, SSA or more regulatory, when they are presiding over cases. So here is a case there, FIU have not, on Larry were caught, the Herald were caught. And let me send the lawyers, I could be junction application. And the attorney to say until the determination of all those matters pending before the court of competent jurisdiction, he has no way to publish any story or story about Kevin Orchard. There is a petition be some multinationals lawyer, Edema, the CID, the Yoku, the AG, for some investigation of the sort should be conducted in Iraq, Kelvin Orchard, the company being there to must be or publishing it. That's publishing that petition was cited for contempt. General Justice Asari, sitting at the Accra High Court, convicted. I think yes, in as much as I have respect for the court and the judge in particular, I think that way he was too I think it was high-handedness. It should have been some reprimanding and also conviction to some penalty fine. But to say, we are convicting him, custodial sentence, on Concordia prison. I think there is a bloat on Mother Ghana as far as our democratic credentials are concerned, and also a attempt to repeal the criminal libel law that sort of gag the media. So it's unfortunate. But doesn't mean that John for you might be it's of public interest. As a Ghana program, we are there to reveal what the earth might not reveal and what the sun can say to be. We are there to let Ghanaians know near my caution. So when we are discharging our responsibilities now, we'll be run to court to go seek this injunction to muzzle us, collaborate in issues like this. It's not about trying to gag us or this high-handedness of a sentence that should be preferred and has to be ruled against us. So that is what happened yesterday. But
it make us say as we speak now, you are Larry. One more than a coy, what he found.
I say and Yajanama a police for now more court no so they carried on with more processes name as before. But and the team of lawyers are more representing no at least the needful Sabaya and the better a court court and see Yabako as I speak to you I'm on my way Yabako because Indiana somewhere atono atu and so that is what I'm saying sir injunction assembly the election now will fight it Sabaya and so forth between your majuma it's unfortunate but these are the hazards of the job service to God and country and so we take it in our stride we will not be deterred will not be muzzled out but we shall continue to discharge our duties responsibly. So, Kwame, that is it. But like you said, these are hazards, and we will go and see redress at the same court, and I know the court will bear with us.
At all, the same court and Mobako and Asa Mobako. Because the Mimi will say, I can't be a contempt. I was scandalized the court, no. And this Maniamana Econ and a court no Egina saw in respect of contempt in Edward Cotum. It is why said by the Council for Herald no newspaper.
The point is depends on
Larry Musako court. Why?
Court so that judgment can be set aside for Yenia Onyan farm. So we are going. I mean, we are yes, a call court a cocoon, then yes, a call aqua book court and you know the law is there, and so we respect the law. Unim Laria is somebody who is law abiding and respects the law, and so just that is unfortunate. So we are there, who support and ensure that his freedom is granted.
I see. Now, my member no pedi edin ko bobi na so pese ka wonya a bite on and command na yedi. Wada mama menti o kakra.
No, it's just about this Sedina at Yonuta Mekulon Sami. See Kwame. Yeah, all the commentaries, government in an attempt to explain the issues away. And then when Manchester South MP Kasa also running checks until June 24th. No, now almost started to buy and no now need any prison facility. And before that, say early this year, and the accomplice was granted bail pending appeal. You see, this only reminds me of Nsembia, former Auditor General. He's on record to have said, even the president is apprehensive. The corruption in sense you want to me idea. Be at the assembly bagana. On that, me just work say. You see, when we are handling corruption cases like this, we should be very careful. Because you see, Ghanaians will not have the trust and confidence in the whole governance system. Corruption is corruption. Nipano, a court has been convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction. Yes, I mean, Omudinaba, or some court now or starting a sentence. Now whatever appeal on no my year, but see near my yet and now waha way explaining Ubemusa system. Doesn't mean say you have to belong to a political party or when you belong to the two major political parties. Now, you at the taxpayers' money. I think you know the quantum of money. Can't say Maslow, Sasikano, they couldn't account for. And so, what are we doing? That money that could have drilled some borehole somewhere to build some 15-unit classroom. 6-unit classroom block, and so what are we doing? And then 21st century, when you go to some villages and towns, then people drinking from the same well. Is that what we should be happy of? So I think we should breathe life into this our corruption fight to ensure that the public will get that confidence and trust in institutions of state and in government. And this is not limited to this government, and I mean all government. Because you see, Mr. Manchester South MP Kasano, the lawyer, or can say nolly prosequa, that nolly prosequa now, Mr. Ejibaya would discontinue questions, and more. So, Kwame Minyaya and Kasan case Minyana travel here, and my court now discharging Crawford honorably. But Uba now say because it's provided for, you have the authority to discontinue cases and do it. You see, it makes nonsense of our corruption fight. And I fear for Mother Ghana say, we are going, should we be going cap in hand when we cannot protect our little resources that we generate? What you are here. So I think that you say about the fight corruption. We should just be firm and fight corruption. We shouldn't create the impression for Ghanaians to feel say you need to belong to a political party or the two major political parties. So you can go scot-free even when you steal public money or even when you are convicted by a court of competent jurisdiction for having committed crime. That shouldn't be the case. I think the rule of law must work. And nobody is above the laws of this country. Nobody is above the laws of this country. So we must breathe life into the rule of law. The law should not be respected of persons. So, Kwame, I just want the two major political, and particularly the government say, the current government say, yes, we should fight this corruption canker. That is the only way we can build a better, progressive, and a developed Ghana. Because we need the resources to develop. And we cannot allow people to just, dissipate our resources and get away with it. That is my plea.
And there is final so fast. I saw Kakwandi at the Fatua. But me are 14 department. Now, when I cut away, but whatever they say, but from social media, Pariana and no money be over. So for 40 pa. Any funny woman free on by the Bayo de Kwame. No more we are. I can't have a chance to Kwame. Open your Seniba food, yes. The carrier thing as a four. Or come out stand out the baby gill and what or give a pa. Or big pa. And MPP, no, the my composition. Or someone say, and send me say, because if you are no woman, you do not open any way. If you are no being, you do not be your way. Sano, Manoma, and to be a canima. That time, not committee of health and any way. The same committee of health in the Diana came any way. Bibi Kaba, you sit down with Jojo and then you will back together. But what you send the Panaka, Nama and Krabby, about 2 Guze or Mundi Natum. No Mugaka de Homude. What kind of 2027 of Kwame? Since his own person yet. Also,
and what will be say 2027 pan 2027 yet. Sabre no Bacas, I don't want Cassani. Me won se nkofo be bira twotwo e wo social media ne ade me pese me bobodi an ya obakasa wan kasa ebi no kwa se the party must act now. Yes sir, what is no wagu party minim so what social media commentary ni ade
party they acting now. What will be of the consequence? What afena Ken over by politics about brand. What will be of the consequence? Kwame, so send your friend over politics about brand. The political party any party there.
Yeah, the nipa
who one person now the nipa thousands of nipa never qua. And then you have to set up. Now what the social media now can say no that's what you. Well, what has he got to lose? Nothing, Kwame. I can't call on them people to set up and then revise their notes. Just a Kwame MPP set your position you go. Some people position you go. I want to catch your to be and your politics and a hello.
Banko Fonsi a party awodo. And also many a year your tibo susu air can was say the base in our motiano. yɛwura kɛdɛdeɛ kɔmpɛ kɔ Japan ne baba bɛdi the base n'anim party n'anim na wɔn wɔn de akɔsi agan nti akɔma suo bi abasɛ na wɔkɔ yi wɔde dɔm kɔ na me de ada bi ameka no ahombraseɛ ne obuo kwan so sɛ unity yɛ ananka ehia wogye di sɛ saa bere nka tetewa a yɛwɔ BJ Daurocha tetewa a yɛwɔ JH Mensa tetewa a yɛwɔ wɔ nkɔfoɔ titire CK Tedam tetewa a yɛwɔ nipa bi chamafo komu tetewa a yɛwɔ wɔ nipa bi ana ɔmudi ntitiman pa te sɛ yewe uswa jimanom ene nkɔfoɔ no yɛ party mpanimfoɔ ya deɛ yɛ hunu yi ene ka mo ba hunu bi
aka mata asɛm na no aka na nkɛ mata badanya basa ntina aba omukwa
asi yɛ ka kwa wo ba kuma se a saa bere yɛ wɔ FF antonom yɛ wɔ Dr. Say donkɔfo dwonom yɛ wɔ kyese asi
family nipa obo mu din wo de yɛmfa sanctuary din party ni strong beach obi ayi koma omun katae e fa se Dr. Donkofo Jompo de unity wa emre ensem bi o ha bi a obeka bi bat omun fa nya bi go
e wa ya man kwa wo ho ye wo FF anto wo ho
o sa nipa obo mu din na kwa me omun ka obi a mfa nya because party no ba bi ekodi ye no ani ba bi aba bu du me asai na ana MPP party
se bi ekodi ye na party ekodi MPP for monsem MPP
party one. Kete awu kaya nche die. Se ukemu santino chane ka MPP ni panyi bi te kwani a. Uso so the phone.
Hey. Kai papa na na efe ni bikai no.
Bikai. Don't bikai. Because discipline.
Ana na anu say. Me hwese. Sabi nyan kasa me chairman abronye. Echi Dr. Anane pa Dr. Anane. Edi ni gina hɔ sɛ kanea na ayɛ doctor no na nnuro kora na de man nkurɔfoɔ na ne nyinaa yɛ wuduo numa no wawu ɛma Dr. Anane a wɔno yɛ senior gynecologist kɔfoɔ time ne Rose minister nie ne health minister nie
ɛna meka sɛ Dr. Anane na wɔayɛ na dwon sɛ ebi a wɔafa no bogu na politics John Career Tina kana ubetumi aka wo yafa Dr. Anane
no usuo fere
no I am busy now dina make up abi dem ti bika aso a wo ubeda kwa uti jini kwa ra ba ukiri mpo emfa men
pas wonim mamema dem fi bikai abakosem baako wonim se party nti wakwaje bosia e de bre MPP se onfa nye party no e ko wi ase ye ton ne dan party amo
no ne dan ye ton ne dan na e kwa minimum na e ko wi ase ye ton ne dan
ne dan Jemfi bi kai ton ne dan party ba power obi afi ne one ne ma
eti MPP no o ma gu no ne me shot to ban
okay o wi aje ni mboate nyame fa ne kransie
aje ni mboate nkai
sacrifice o mo ye
na kwame party no agida because panyi bi ani sasa na kana na mboa
ai
panyi bi ani party na agida ama na kwame tega for contribution within MPP tenka certificate wo ka se o de on fa enye hwe o de politika so de ai di opa kwame tega for ka me kwame asem me ka trone so to Yeka Africa for more Muska Africa, we are Ghana. Africa support. So I am not just say, almost one area. Now, on the drain, now, on the Academy, what they are doing, family, and Africa support will come. We're sacrificing a life, all this while, for the MPP. After a year, the insult upon insult. I mean, I know I'm a jail like a boy. Will be a mechanism. Now, I know me didn't way out. It's a program. And I took up. TikTok. We didn't way out. What's it? After I can't count any natural. And I will say, any part. Say, Omona, Dr. Bamiaso, Omodina Teblo. What we are the same thing say. It's the can almost mudi Dr. Bamiatem. I can't go for now. What all due respect? Can't find a poor prime minister.
Baby.
Tell you for any part of the affair and I come. Mamma, 2 instance, I have for Kuanan of fire because of so did Dr. Bamiatem.
Me kai pass. I be kwano northern region, oh baby.
I'll accept it. Of Pamono, because what can some man on pay? I mean, my own Dr. Bomia, the instant.
Eh, beer, almost different approach. On your best flower catch was a cratchy. Unim same Dr. Baumiano me pass on be. Fine con the Okakan we in ye, a deep on a party in tin, Mempamo, but a cocassa be.
Approach me a tin on paper.
The antin baby,
approach me a tin.
But your antin baby,
your requirements was the instant affair. Dr. Bavia, on an alcohol, okay, oh, you.
Annie.
Ah, my guy, I be able to use that, and alcohol, I can't catch you at the right time. Or pursue take it time or reflect on maybe or join a campaign. I've done complaints I can't be your mood of my family.
I was wrong.
Complaints.
And one said, oh, the man join a campaign back. And you may be away a damn muscle.
That must have been. That was already in Kwame. The person who there
Masam say complain in Libya, ye be woduma. Ye call ye no papa no aka say niam we ni the course wa. Mani enye ho.
Let's say, Kwame now know Dr. Takeli di ma bonte na ka say. O call Dr. Bawe o ni di nkomo no. No fi say no me bi o complain you be tiki action no dey. Keke. Dr. Takeli di mekai.
O be kan.
Kwame. Obi anu a o e friend say at the video monopoly. Bia betumi akasa bi nsɛm a ɛnyɛ ba nipa na ekom no ɔsɛm na any opinion ɔsɛ afa say na kɔ ɛmu ne nya adwen problem no no one say asoma wo kan nkesa because bi information bi wɔ hɔ a na unim the same as also information bi na mo so mu na all of a sudden what nkɔ egu abɔnten ɔmo yi sɔ ɔtɛ no na me bo Sam Crana, we need to take now. Mamma almost have monopoly. I want to can like a phone. Why in a cafe in any bar? I mean,
The bad walk I mentioned the name woman and say, Yana, essence you are treasure here, one more TSM. Aye.
No, Bobby, they were ready to watch it. You don't tell my theatre. Wouldn't don't want to go to whatever.
You did catch me and I'm tea.
We'll be out around the park. First, I say a MPP now for Mudikari extra. They say this every Mokano. Okon Juma. On play at the answer because that's what I know. Or that day, Ukasa, that day, any MPP, we are quite about it.
Ah, so one more. When we come here, dear Santini. What's some of my hour? No, Becca.
I bought now, baby, of 4 hours per pound. Or Konoka would do Robert on the store. The big get swabba. And over said, you're not discussing. I dare come out to your troop, and they all at 4 Kakaba 20 years.
And
number close to shop, apart from a note. We are the room.
In the war, what in the
ah, and that's at 3:30 a.m. Let me come and never heard a ma or won't put them a performance. Oh, no, MPP now, you see a decay woman. This is what is out. I mean, as a soul. Dear, come on, and you hear the answer, and do what? And I don't know them. I'm living through. Now, wouldn't or come at your car. Or be a business friend on Pekins apart.
They just a country.
I mean, a Benny Boomer, alone bet.
Pampana is a Panama.
Alone bet. Respect to be anyone insult and the order of the day. No problem. No, he's not worried though. Okay, I'll be a bit me breaking it out. Or he's out.
Now, when you to me come out from Vima.
I know how many better.
Yeah, National Council wɔ hɔ. Yeah, NEC wɔ hɔ. Of elders wɔ hɔ.
Kwame NEC National Council ɔmo wɔ hɔ ni.
Yeah, they are mu di akyemu.
Na ada nyɔnu kasa no ma yiku. Ada for the first time obi boy. Me obi a me penasem because me no personal relationship. But in some of the case no TikTok no. Anu kan. That way do obi kan Japan se overcome Dr. Babia se ma Japan pamo. And the opinion yeah obi tweet radio to cafe. Abo so no two room no so on patrol check Japan.
Hey, wow. Obi kasa.
Na ada nya bronya de kai. Na ka na o somo pick up na o somo wa o tire mu no. Da wo twa kai mu a. Wuni nta de o ka obo hu bia betimi ka betimi aka so obo. Pick up na o somo wa o tire mu.
Ayi, ebi arguments so ne se. Party e wo hoi. Obi ho na ho de ne boa, obi di ne nimde, obi di ne sika, obi di ye we. Ena ye nipa e wo party ni mu. Ena ye kan mu nyina bomu e frɛ wo MPP ma. Se wo yi nipa free mu a de ni MPP a e wo wa eye hu enti no se wo party mu so a na wate ase se wo maboa sika fam maboa ngode fam de mom nyame nko a me de a me ye ene ma na ye sa eti bi no se oh ene nka ye wura kan minim se wate se nka beba sa akora se se ne party no nya yi akono anfirim dan sam keka no minim se wate sanse mu ye
ame mate na de ono film I mean o film a de na ono hello Kwame
mi tie wo
ye wo nipa bi a omo ba MPP e be nye ska keke Japan
o nipa bi a wa dey
o ma ba MPP ma be nye ska keke Japan oh MPP
o de bonu so bo se kwa wa ya contract ya wa gege ye efa energy efa wan Ghana gas wo de nyina ba be gu abonten a kire se wo di diasin wo bia minu so what sa asen na
omo de ba bonten a fe omo famra bonten na enkofo omo nya MPP ni fa so ase ke Japan do say na de omo sika bo MPP
that's your point
do say na de omo sika bo MPP do say na dabi o ya na omo from where do say na de omo sika bo MPP Udi begwa bontia ada udi begwa bontia ke Japan na ada na aprobi yeso de bunu nyino sede ya na obono de a meaning
present and bunu hiri asase ready
enye na o gadwo te da ko FMC da wo na ku ke Japan ye tu ni free baby o ye ma ke Japan na man baby a no de no baby o sika no ya ke Japan na man gadwo te da ku baby a no de no ko mu aya tese obi ejira baby aka sima fa ken homa His Excellency the former Vice President upon the da
ebi ani menti is ebi ho dia
menti bi da na anu ya ye ni atake ni dia sa ba bontia ba ka se ko ni hon ni ko class ni se mo ni kan nyina ono do eti se dia what but when me anti action dia what we suppose you say bi ya dia no papa won ho a o ti tum dia o ye Tuli tum dia woni pa so dia change na no ba be enti wa ba be kasa se o ma mu 2027 mo hwe di besia political party here in pa na ya na mbo
and some people within the government have come to me and they have given me, they've said come with 500 million. Do you know how many big push projects I can do? But bribe me with 10%. Police have not invited him for answering. National Security has not invited him for answering. Nobody in the NDC is saying anything. But a man put a picture of the president on the billboard, say Dumso is back, he's detained, he's facing trial. I want you to understand how this government prioritizes what it thinks are important to it. That the picture of the president saying Dumso is back is a national security concern. But a 500 million alleged bribe, that one is nothing. We'll leave that to Ghanaians. Who were the men and women behind that contract and where are they? Why are we not investigating that? Number one. Two,
Should the investigation also cover the Agenda 111?
In fact, it should go beyond that. It should go beyond that. Remember, let me tie that into it. Okay. The road minister, the road minister has come out to tell us that so many people are also taking money to go to contract. They've not gone to the site. Who are they? Who gave them the money? Why were they giving the money? And why are they not aside? That is part of the what? You remember when they came and said single source of water contract? Part of it. If you go and give a multi-million-dollar contract to a wheelbarrow contractor and he's not aside. No, I'm still staying with it. So good. I'm staying with Ken. I'm staying with Ken. So I'm saying about he made a point. He made a point. He actually made a point. He said, Little was saying that the popular Ghanaian saying, if a frog comes up, the water, blah, blah, blah. Well, Canada Japan is saying that people within this government came to him. He came to his wife.
Is he with that?
He know. But honestly, I respect him when he talk. I just say. So they came to him.
Well, put me right.
So people within the government came to him and his wife, and said, "Here's a $500 million contract. Take and give us our kickback." Who are those? So I'm waiting for Ken to sing. Honestly, I can't wait for. I don't think 27 is too far. They can go there. He should sing. In the songs he will sing, he should make sure that the names of these men and women too are mentioned.
Okay.
The name of these people too are mentioned, so that we'll add it to the song and see whether we are money we are dancing. That's the first thing. The second thing, let's go back to this. You read a statement by Samuel Oku.
Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Samuel.
Sabotage.
It is obvious and it is clear that there are certain religious and tribal bigots outside there who will not want to see a Muslim as president of this country.
Really?
There are certain religious and tribal bigots there who will do any and everything to sabotage the will of the people. As a society, once in a while, we need to call them out. And for me, if your idea against a candidate or against a person is rooted in this hatred, in this sabotage, then you are not good for this country. Those do exist, and we must begin being honest and transparent in how we talk about these things.
And Ken is one. Sorry, I want to follow you. Because we are talking about Ken.
I was just waiting.
You are talking about Ken. I'm talking about religious and tribal bigots in our government.
Help us.
Who are those who gave the money to Ken?
Who gave money?
Ken said people came and gave him a contract for money. Who are they?
Oh, his wife, not him.
No, his wife. To his wife. So who are they? Who are they?
No, he said you people have taken the 10%. The man is with you.
Honestly,
you are
allowing him. There was a reason why.
The investigation should come.
There's a reason why. Moro, talk about it. There's a reason why I did not heckle him.
Thank you. You proceed.
Okay. But you are allowing him
$7.9 million.
If you please, I'm actually good at heckling.
Don't worry.
I'm very good at
it. Please. He won't do that.
I wanted to assist.
Yes, he promises never to do that.
And so our body politics has gone beyond that.
Right. But he wants clarity.
He wants I don't owe him clarity. I'm just saying.
I don't owe him. Talked about the tribal.
I'm saying that they are. I've said that. Okay. I mean, they are.
Is Ken one of them?
I don't know.
But context is key.
I understand, but I'm contextualizing what I'm also saying. What I'm saying is that
why don't you call a spade a spade? If you think
if you think I say it, I'm not saying it. I'm just telling you what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there are tribal religious bigots outside there who are also saboteurs and who will do everything to make sure you don't see a Muslim as president of this country. They are there. I've said that. That's what I would say. I'm not struggling to say it.
Okay.
They are there. Good. So we must understand those things and make sure that as a country we've evolved, as a country we've grown, as a country we've gone beyond that. And that it is important that when issues like this happen, we summon our better angels. We don't degenerate into our worst fears. We've got to do that. We owe that to this country, we owe that to this generation, and we owe that to say that a man's character, a wife should be judged based by his merits, based by what he has done, not which God he prays to and how he prays to, and not his geographical locations. We ought to do that. Until we do that, if we sit down and we think that because of political expediency, let us engage in this, and because it will not be doing ourselves good and will not be doing this country any good. That is what I want to say.
But these bigots you have talked about have always been who they are.
Exactly. And it is important that we also keep reminding decent-minded Ghanaians that they do exist. And they come in different forms and in different shapes. And that we should let it be there. It's there. We should add it to the public discourse. Let me go. If not, let's go back. There's something about Afari hospitals, about the clinics.
Yes.
And I think the other day, is the Honorable Collins, what's his name in Parliament, Adumako also. Collins Adumako, who on another show with one of a colleague MP, I think Honorable Vondi, asked the question. But for me, I don't want to go there. There are records. And you see, there was this document running around the whole of last week about parliamentary proceedings, about the first budget that this government submitted.
Right.
And about a portion of the budget, literally, the finance minister was saying that Afare Hospital is 98% complete. That is, you are from a house of records. That is in the record. The record states that, and this is not a record that is by Honorable Anta, who say it is by the...
It's not wrong.
Please, you know, again, I will do you some.
Don't worry.
I will do you some.
You talk.
I'm putting on record, I will do you some.
I'm helping. I'm just helping.
In the House of Records, saying that the hospital is 98% complete. I've also heard the minority, the ranking member on health, I think that is Honorable Professor Bayu, saying that they only need to send water there, they need to construct the roads, and then they need to get power there. 3 things. He says, with those things, it can be open. This is where we are. So for me, what he says tie in with what is in the record in Parliament that is 98% complete. So if a hospital is 98%, and if the only 3 things the hospital needs are utilities to complete, these are public utilities, those are things that the state ought to, the state can provide to succeed. Look, all this thing came around as a result of what? A strike action or in camp. So the question that I ask is that during COVID, if you remember, what's his name? UGMC was not completed.
What do you make of this? Should Ken be sanctioned? Should he be punished for speaking his mind?
You see, so when you are dealing with a political party made up of people who are very unprincipled, this is what you get. First and foremost, this is a party not long ago who were on the neck of security agencies, that even though some of the things that were being said by their own people were clear and were against the laws of the Republic, particularly section 207, 208 of our criminal code. And yet, they knew it. Some of the people who were speaking were lawyers. They said, no, the government has an agenda against free speech, and that people should be allowed to speak freely, regardless. This is a man who has not even said anything close to what others have said. He is just saying the things he's been saying, and they've been cheering him on. In fact, for years, the man has said so many things. I mean, Honorable Kennedy, Japan, has said so many things, and they've applauded him. Some of which have inured to their political benefit. They won elections with them. What you mean, whatever. I don't want to remind viewers of some of the things. Some cannot be said here. And they were cheering him on. In fact, when he was even arrested, look, they brought the whole of Accra to a standstill. The MPP. Why? But if you are one who would leave a dog for a tiger, when you nurture it, eventually you will see the trait. And it's up to you. You have to take whatever you brought up. You see, but in this case, this particular one, I don't even see any problem with it. But if this is how they want to go about it, it's their own cup of tea. What has the man said? And I'll refer to their constitution for you to understand if it breaches, and you can let's do that.
Well, they say he's violated Article 3
Which is
of the MPP's constitution.
Which is what? What does it say?
It requires members to be truthful and loyal to the party and
It's
protect
not a
and promote
quotation.
the
I have
name
that
of the party.
It requires members to be what?
To be truthful and loyal to the party and to protect and promote the good name of the party.
Yes, but of course, the man, according to him, is saying the truth. He's not lying. He's not said he's lying. Who determines who is lying?
But that's his truth.
Yes, but I mean, everybody's truth, whatever others are saying, is their own truth.
Yes.
Who subjected this to any rigorous scrutiny to know who is telling the truth or not? And since when did this article become part of their constitution? We've heard what Abronya has been saying against this man and other people. Is Kennedy Japan no longer an MPP person? So if it is said against him, it's fine. That one is gospel. But if he says anything against any other person, that's where you draw the line. If you are expelling him, it's your own matter. We don't care. But for me, he said nothing that deserves this kind of attention. But if you want to grant him, to the extent that Samuel who wants to join this, he is experienced. This is how they want to. Look, this is a man. What is he saying? Fact. Is it true that the MPP shamelessly did what they did at Afari? Some of their own people cannot even defend it. You've seen the videos that is going around. When Dr. Baumia said he's been assured that in 2022, the Afari project will be completed. The videos are all over. Dr. Baumia himself, as Vice President of the Republic. It is a fact, per the report, we don't have time, that the structure itself was over 90% complete. Just within 2 years. Because the project, the construction actually started in 2014. What has been discussed before 2014 is not really the issue. But when it started, within 2 years, 90%, over 90% of the structure was put. And then you came. And this is a region that gives you the highest vote. In fact, all your political fortunes depend on this region. And you have the likes of Honorable and you were Free and Co, who now are shouting on top of the roof that something needs to be done. They were in power. For 8 years, what did you do? And they keep telling us it's not true that we didn't do anything. Tell us what you did. We brought this water. We brought this cup. Tell us. They always say that we did something. 90% complete for the architecture, just the biomedical installations and all that. Within 8 years, couldn't do. And you are telling us that it's due to some disagreements and whatever, which you couldn't resolve. And this government comes and is saddled with all this confusion. Now the contractor is claiming so much money. We need to go and find the money and go back to it. Then you go and take cutlasses when you don't even read your own compound, your own place. I mean, you are not the people who clears the reader. Yet you could take cutlasses, including some ladies I don't want to, who are members of parliament.
They're patriotic citizens.
And they just become patriotic. They weren't before.
Well, we cannot become patriotic at some point.
At some point. Yes. So they are now patriotic. We thank God that they weren't within the 8 years, but they are now. And then you walk there and you want just the optics because you think Ghanaians are dumb. And when the backlash comes and your own man is exposing you, then we feel Ghanaian. It should be celebrated. He has rather been patriotic because you know you failed. So in this particular instance, I celebrate Ken for coming up, even though his tradition is being disingenuous. He says, I will tell the truth for the people of Ghana.
But in telling the truth, he's ended up throwing his own party under the bus.
But so we are encouraging people to lie regardless, people to deceive the people of Ghana.
No, just keep quiet.
But why should we keep quiet?
You're
The
embarrassed your party.
No, but you see, that's why I'm saying that since when things have been said, when he was saying things against other people, you celebrated him. Did you subject him to the scrutiny you want us to subject him to, whether he was speaking the truth or not? So you've not, because it's against you, and is that what their constitution says? That if it is against you, then you can activate the provision of the look. If you read their constitution, it defines this anti-party whatever behavior as a speech that undermines the party's unity.
Yeah.
Violates established codes of conduct and brings the party into disrepute. Tell me where this comes in. He says we failed the people of Ashanti region. But is he the only person who is saying? In fact, Dr. Baumia, on some occasion, when he was doing this, was it thank you to or whatever, he admitted to certain things that we didn't do this, we did. In fact, Dr. Baumia on a platform, he said he was even surprised to hear from, and I was shocked to hear from him. He said that at the time Ghanaians were suffering, they were doing certain things that did not inure to the benefit of Ghanaians. To smote them, you've lost election. People are telling you the truth that we failed this, we failed that. How is that supposed to be? So he should be quiet because you want Ghanaians to be deceived. He would not.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, what we are saying is this. Look, for me, if Ken is saying what he is saying, and this can land him in this trouble, I encourage them to proceed.
Okay.
Because the man is saying that next year he will tell us more. We are waiting. Let me even give you this. This issue of the 10%, he said, is that the reason they want to subject him to this? The man is saying that you people took the contracts and came to sell the contracts to him and other people and took 10% away. Is it true or false? Were you not in this country when the deputy finance minister came to parliament on the 10th day of March 2025, third day, and told the people of Ghana that we had conducted, the president had initiated a certain investigation into the Agenda 111, and the Auditor General's report, which is dated, which report is dated, I think, in March 2024, said that 35 contractors had taken a whooping $7.9 million, but failed to even turn up at the site. This is what the Auditor General's report is saying. If they want prosecution, it will happen. Because you see, for you to take $7.9 million as mobilization and vote, it means that there are accomplices within the system. There is no way a contractor could take such a whooping amount and vote without the authorities, the public servants or the people, public authorities watch him to vote. It means that they are all accomplices. So if Ken is saying this, we are not surprised. But we want further details. And you see, if anybody quotes anything Ken may have said against NDC, the person may be would be misleading them. Because you sit here, if I ask you what pertains in Metro TV, you would be in a position to tell me more. But you can't tell me much about what happens in GTV or TV3. I will believe you if you speak about matters in Metro than elsewhere. So anybody who tries to equalize by saying he said this against you too, that's unfair. Right. Because he is within. Okay. We will believe him because he is with you. He said they came to sell the contract to him. Don't equalize, because as for us, he's not with us. He may be lying, but yours is within. Okay. So we will take it as the gospel.
Officers. One is straightforward. Mr. Samuel Tete has come to the age limit of his service, so he's retiring. So there's no qualms about it. Dr. Bosman Asari, he has been very specific in the reason why he's resigning. So he said that I think he has served Ghana in one particular capacity. Before he became the EC deputy chair, he was at the Department of Political Science. He was my former head of department. And then when MPP government came, he was appointed to that particular position. And he accepted, thinking that he's going to serve the country in another capacity. So I think he believes he has done it to the point that he wants to go back to academia. And I think in a lot of countries, usually I think particularly Japan and other Southeast Asian countries, they usually want people who have served in the public sector with practical experience to go back to the classroom. Because it's there that you are able to combine both theory and practice to be able to better shape and train the way our future leaders deserve to be trained. So if you believe that he's going back to academia, he stated it clearly that that's the reason why. Now, people are reading a lot of meanings into it, that NDC said when they come to power, they're going to sack him and then Jean. But if that is actually the reason that is pushing him, why is the EC chair herself not resigning? Right. You understand? If it was that kind of, there's a government pressure behind the scenes and that has pushed him, then why is the EC chair herself not resigning? And just like you've mentioned, there was another petition recently to get 2 deputies and the EC chair herself removed. And the president submitted it to the Chief Justice, and the Chief Justice found no, what's the name? Prima facie case against it. So if it was vindictive from government, though I understand perfectly that the judiciary is an independent institution, but also know that they can sometimes be a little bit of political influence. So if it was government induced or government instigated, you will have seen that things will have worked very differently. So I believe that, like Felix Ofosu-Kwakye mentioned, Dr. Bosman Asare believed that it is high time he started serving this nation in a very different capacity, and government had no hand in it. But now, the difficulty has to do with the former Chief Justice,